What's going on today? You already know what it is. It's your boy Tune, Y.B.E.T.V. Today I'm sitting right here with Dion Latham, and she is the founder of Love Foods. And actually, she's the founder of a like page on Facebook called The Healthy Lifestyle. The Healthy Plate. The Healthy Plate. Plate of healthy. Basically, today we're about to talk about transitioning into the vegan lifestyle, the effects of eating plants and vegetables, having a plant-based diet, and we gonna jump all over the place. So let's just get started. I want to ask the first and foremost, sex with a vegan. I'm scared to death to have sex with a vegan, because if you got a person that's younger than you and they eat pork, you could keep up with them all day. You know what I'm saying? You might have a little sweat on your stomach and shit, but I could deal with a 22-year-old. I could keep up with a 23-year-old. But a 23-year-old vegan that goes to the gym, unless she smokes cigarettes, I'm not fucking with her. I'm just telling you just like that. If she smokes cigarettes and drink Coca-Cola, maybe I'll try you out. But if you're a vegan, not going to happen. So I wanted to ask, as far as like sex with a vegan, by you being a vegan, would you say that what area does eating healthy and having a plant-based diet, what does that affect you sexually?
Okay, from a sexual standpoint, it definitely gives you more energy because you're not weighed down by the meats and other foods that take up all the energy. You know what I mean? It's like your body has to use all this energy to break down all these hard foods that we're not supposed to be eating in the first place. But what happens is when you eat a plant-based diet, you get all of these electrolytes, vitamins, minerals. So none of that makes you feel like laying down. It makes you want to get up and run around, actually, to be opposite. And for women, what I always tell women is what you put in, you get out. So if you're walking around here eating meat and, all of these other bad things that's going to rot, in your intestine, what do you think you're going to smell like? Like a lot of people like, oh, you smell like fish. If it smells like fish, something is wrong with it. Something is wrong with it. You eat juices and berries, you're going to smell like juices and berries, taste like juices and berries. There you go.
So basically, fish ain't the dish, ladies. No. Baby, listen, basically, what you're saying is, if a woman is consistently eating a lot of meat and having, like, dysfunctions in the smell, and you can't, you messing up like that, maybe a diet change. Maybe you shouldn't be eating sunflower seeds. You should be popping some flax seeds or something. Okay.
It also eliminates the need for douches and all of those other phenomenons and all those other things you put up in your vagina that don't belong there. If you eat the right things, it's gonna come out and cleanse as it's going out and leave a very fruitful taste and all that.
So basically, you ain't even got to buy no Glade air fresheners no more. The vegans just sitting like this and shit, and freshening the room and shit. They like this. The room smell like old blankets and shit. Then the vegan come in and be like this. You be like, is that twigs and berries around this motherfucker? That's awesome. I swear. I'm totally turned on, baby. You becoming a vegan. Next, let's move. I want to first let's talk about Love Foods. Okay. Tell us more about Love Foods. What is Love Foods? What made you create Love Foods? And where are you planning on going with it? And kind of give us some insight on Love Foods.
Okay, so I've been vegan, vegetarian for the last almost 15 years. I only had fish as a meat source. But actually, over the last few months, I transitioned from not eating fish either. But what I would do is every day I would post a picture of a salad. I would go to either a Mariano's or a Whole Foods and prepare a salad and or fruit. And then I would post it on my page, or I would make it myself at home. But when I was working out, like in Joliet, my coworkers every day would ask me, can I make it for them? Why don't you start selling these? You should just sell them. And at first I was like, nah, y'all lazy. You know what I'm saying? Make it yourself. You got to take, part into your health. But then one day, me and my guy, we was sitting at home run in, and they had a balsamic salad with like strawberries, walnuts, almonds, and like blue cheese or whatever. And I was like, I could make this at home. So one day I came home and I made it, and whatever made me sell it, I don't know. So I took it to work, and they sold out. I mean, I'm talking about people was like reaching in my bag. You know what I mean? Like, this is mine, like tearing the bag up. So what I did was I told my uncle, who's a chef, like, man, I need you to come over here and help me prepare. Like, I would go home get off work, go to the store, buy all the products, package it up, be up to like 1 o'clock in the morning, and take it to work for people to just devour it. Like, I would actually be dropping off salads to people before I went to work. So my reason for creating it is because people will always tell me, what do I eat? If I'm going to be a vegan or vegetarian, I don't have nothing to eat. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give people an alternative. And what I found is that they were ready. People were buying salads from me in bulk, like 10 at a time, like doing 5 and 10 day meal preps. I was taking boxes of like salads and stuff to, some of my coworkers. And my uncle, who's a chef, actually came to my house one day. I said, come and give me some help. He came to my house and saw in my living room, I had an assembly line of like veggies, fruit, everything to be packaged. And he was like, man, you got a real live business here. I'm like, I told you, like, I wasn't joking. But, I had to, shut it down for a little while, for not only for financial reasons, but because I was doing it by myself. I was like a one-woman show. I was packaging it up, going to the store, I was dropping it off, and it just became too much. But I'm ready. Started back up. My customers didn't leave me. I left them, unfortunately. No, my customers didn't leave me. I had some really, really good customers. Really good customers. They were ready.
That is awesome. That is an awesome story. And basically, my idea of being a vegan is basically, transitioning your life to do more plant-based. Now, I call it dirty vegan and dirty vegetarian, because there's a lot of dirty vegans. And what I mean by that is when you're a dirty vegan, in my book, is like the person that goes out and eats French fries all day, fried French fries from McDonald's, leave from there, go eat a bag of Doritos, the spicy nacho Doritos that's pretty much vegan. They go from there, go get them some vegan ice cream. So they flooding their body with a bunch of sugars and all types of garbage. And then you got other people that get the misconception that, oh, well, my friend Winifred sound like a fat bitch, don't it? Like, I'm just saying, like, if your name Winifred and you watching this, go on a diet right now. Because you on your way to being a fat bitch. The point is, like the dirty vegan, people judge her like she's a vegan and she's always in the hospital and she's unhealthy. She's a dirty vegan. And then you got the dirty vegetarian. So you get where I'm going with it.
Absolutely. And because people think, like you said, that they can just stop eating meat, but then they pick up all the other bad stuff. You might as well just keep on eating the meat because you're going to get the same effect. You're going to get the same effect. But see, people are too lazy to go even further to find out what good foods that they should be eating. So they just, rather grab a bag of chips and whatever, which is another reason why I started Love Foods. I actually wanted to get a storefront because there's nowhere in Chicago, especially on the west side, to get plant-based food. There are places where people say, oh, we know we got some healthy foods, but then they're still selling chicken and like all of these other things that's caused, filled with hormones, and it's really not plant-based oriented, and that's what my goal is.
See, that's perfect. And I think that do you ever think about actually selling to people like a plant for, like, let's say the people that's like in Fort Wayne or in Fort Worth, Texas, or in Albuquerque, fucking New Mexico, and they wanna eat healthy, but they don't know how, and you could you sell them a meal prep, a worded meal prep, like, this is what you do, here's a few recipes, here's a few links you can look at, and this right here will get you squared away and get you started. This is what you shop. Send them a grocery list where they got to do the legwork, but you will walk them through it, and you could actually even offer them consultations. Are you open to that?
I'm definitely open to that. Actually, what I'm going to do is put together a whole package, like you said. I'm even working on a whole weight loss package, with like different positive quotes to put on the refrigerators to motivate you, along with, like, what I've noticed is that people are lazy. They want to help themselves, but they lazy. So I said, forget it. I'm just going to put it all together. You know how they take the gallons of water and measure it out, how much you're supposed to drink per day and all of that. I'm even going to go that far to put together an entire package for them. Because, like I said, people are ready. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to start. And that's what I'm here for.
Oh, that is awesome sauce. So we done went over sex with a vegan, eating healthy. Now, we done went through a couple topics, but now I want you to kind of iterate on disease, curing disease. What is alkaline? What is an alkaline diet? And I want you to kind of dive into that. I just steal a show and tell people like, can you like the disease portion, how to cure it? And shout out to my uncle. He's been getting really good, eating a lot better. But this is for my mother too. I want this portion right here to be for my mother because I've been constantly trying to drill it home. And she really feeds my uncle. She feeds my uncle a lot of like sodium based, like bacon. It'd be a lot low sodium, but there's a lot of pork and a lot of beef and a lot of meat. He don't do more. I don't think he's doing like what's the percentage of plants that you should eat per day?
Like 80%, 90% actually.
90% plants.
90% plants.
I think his diet is probably about 15% plant,
Okay. Well, then
or
that's
maybe
where it's problem.
20.
Okay, absolutely. Then that's where his problem is. Definitely. So, I've actually been a nurse now for almost 15 years. 45 years old. A mother of 6. So, this is the thing about disease and food. People refuse to believe that diet plays a role in their disease. They refuse to believe it. They'll say, oh, you know what? It might have something to do with it. It got to be. No, well, what else is it? And that's what I ask them. Well, what else is it? And then they get stuck and they can't answer me. What you put in your body is coming out. We were all supposed to be plant eaters, from the beginning. It's even for those people who read the Bible, it says that the herbs are for the healing of the nation. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be eating from the soil, from the ground. So then disease is definitely going to creep up on you. As far as, cholesterol and, high blood pressure and things like that, those things come from artery clogging. Too much fat and too much fat in your arteries or whatever, and then your heart has to pump extra hard in order to, get that blood through, but it can't filter through all of that plaque. It's like a little bitty stream that, the blood has to go through, and that's what raises your blood pressure. And what I want to get out here, my reason for starting my company and my reason for doing what I'm doing is because I know that there are so many diseases that can be cured easily with food. I know doctors that have, documented and testified that they can take a diabetic who's been a diabetic for 16 years and cure them in 16 days with a plant-based diet. No more insulin, no more taking diabetic pills and things like that. Because I had a young lady tell me the other day at Whole Foods that she just takes the pills. Like, I just eat whatever I want and I just, get the medicine. But it's not that simple. Because the medication that you're taking is going to also cause other side effects in your body. People who've been on medication for years end up on kidney dialysis because their kidney and their liver can't filter no more.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like they think, oh, I'm just going to take a pill and it'll be okay. But I always tell people, look from now on. This is what I want y'all to do. When you see those commercials about different medications they're offering, please pay attention to the side effects. Listen to the whole commercial. Listen to how many side effects they tell you about. Like some of them will tell you even death. And it tells you that on TV. But people don't pay attention to it. It'll tell you that this medicine can actually kill you. But no, we lazy. We want to keep on eating what we eat and then go take a pill for it. So any disease, I'm talking about any disease. I'm talking about cancer. I'm talking about endometriosis. I'm talking about all the different diseases and problems that we have. Heart disease can be cured and turned around with a plant-based diet. Easier than you think. Easier than you think.
Fellas, I got one to say to y'all. Impotence. Yes.
Absolutely.
Impotence can be turned around. And look at all my people that dropped out of high school and shit like, nigga, what the fuck is impotence? A soft penis is what that is. Impotence. You can cure that with a plant-based diet. You do not have to take Viagra.
Let me add one more thing as far as the guys. I used to take care of a patient who had a disease called calciphylaxis. Calciphylaxis happens mostly to people who are on dialysis. So what happens is these calcium deposits start depositing in your skin in different areas. He lost his penis. I was taking care of him. He was a 35-year-old male. He was 35. He was 35. He was 35. He had no penis there whatsoever. So I was a wound care nurse at the time, and it was really sad to see him sitting there next to his wife with no penis. But what happened was the calciphylaxis, the calcium deposits started depositing dead areas on his penis, and it died, and they had to remove it, and it fell off. I actually had posted pictures of this on my page, not of the actual patient, but you can actually Google calciphylaxis on the penis, and you'll see it. It's completely gone. 35 years old, it's gone.
And the only thing gonna fix that is him watching the movie Ted, when Ted was having sex with his wife with a piece of broccoli. Like, that's the only thing gonna cure calciphylaxis. Like, listen, fellas, did y'all hear that?
Or diet change.
All right, go ahead. Next person I see in Popeye's chicken or the wing spot, I'm like, calciphylaxis, nigga. Hey, hey, you better watch out. Hey, I swear to God. That's what I be saying, man. Like, I've been trying to change it up. I've been going slow. Like, my son, he's young, so I'm trying to push him to be vegan. I want him to have one of the strongest penises in the family. I want the family to know that's the family. He's the family penis right now. You know, so, like, man, it's crazy, but I want to ask one more thing before we get up out of here, and that is about, what's the other site, the other name of the site?
The Healthy Plate.
The Healthy Plate.
Healthy Plate.
And I know you got a GoFundMe you got coming up, and I know that you about to relaunch everything, and we want to know more about what's the name of the YouTube page, and like give us your credentials and everything that you're doing and what's going on, so we can get up out of here. And here we go. Let's rock and roll. Tell them all about it.
Okay. First of all, my name is Dion, Dionne. Last name Latham, Latham. You can find me there on Facebook. I will direct you to my page, Healthy Plate. The YouTube channel I'm getting ready to launch right now with the help of this young man right here. And that is from a request of my friends who asked me to do a channel. I have multiple people in my inbox who have inboxed me and told me how much following me and watching me has changed their life and got them off of medication, and, their life just completely changed because of it. So those things that make me happy. I try to give up on this and like, oh man, these people ain't listening, but I can't. It's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I talk to strangers. If I hear a stranger in the store talking about changing their diet, I will actually go over to them and have like 30 and 40-minute conversations with complete strangers because I love it. Because I don't want to see my people having to choose between paying the rent and buying medication. And you see elder people so much in the line in Walgreens, and they have to eat noodles or all of these bad foods because they got to pay for their medicine. But if they wasn't paying for medication, then maybe they can eat better. And some people, even my sisters who got link cards, y'all got to feed y'all kids all that sugar, all of those sugary foods. We think that we're treating them. Oh, we're going to get them a snack and a treat, but we're causing, problems that are setting up right now, and it's going to affect them later on in their life. You know what I mean? One more thing I want to mention right now is essential oils. So this is like a chart of different essential oils. And what people don't know is that essential oils have been known to cure many, many diseases. What I found out recently is frankincense. You know about how they said that they bought Jesus frankincense and myrrh and things like that. Frankincense is a very, very powerful essential oil known to be able to cure cancer. I've been doing a lot of research on cancer, and I'm getting ready to launch those videos. The truth about cancer, not the lies about cancer, but the truth about cancer. And they won't tell you that cancer can be cured easy with a plant-based diet and the use of essential oils. All you got to do is Google it. All you got to do is YouTube it. This ain't coming from me. This is coming from people who have changed their lives, but the pharmaceutical industry don't want you to know. And what I found out is that the medical schools are funded by the pharmaceutical industry. So the pharmaceutical industry gets to choose what's being taught in medical school. That's why the doctors don't get taught nutrition.
I knew that, like that portion. I knew about the nutrition part. That is absolutely amazing. And I'll put the GoFundMe information when I edit it.
Absolutely.
But it is like another thing that I learned about. You ever heard of CBD oil?
No, never.
Cannabidiol?
Yes.
It's called cannabidiol. That's CBD.
Okay.
Basically, like is like extracted out of like marijuana, like the marijuana plant.
Like the hemp seeds.
Yeah, like the hemp. And it's really, really good for you, and it's really expensive. Like you could go get some CBD oil. It'll be a little bitty thing, and you probably pay, if it's like a pure, you might pay $200 for it. but that shit can cure cancer.
Yes,
You know
it
what I'm
can.
saying? Like, it's so many different things, but the thing is, they will never tell you that because they want you to get that radiation treatment called chemotherapy.
Yeah.
They want
It's
you to go
death.
through that.
It's death. You got doctors who will tell you that they will not take it. It's a doctor, Dr. Lorraine Day. You can look her up on YouTube, Dr. Lorraine Day. She got cancer, and she had a lump outside of her breast, and she said her workers were telling her, fellow doctors, to take chemo and radiation. And she tells you in her interview, she told them, I'm not taking that because it's death. It's poison, and I'm not doing it. She did a plant-based diet. She completely cured herself from cancer, cured the lump with a plant-based diet, and now she's teaching people how to do it. But a doctor said she would never take it because it does nothing but kill.
Yeah, chemotherapy, from what my understanding is chemotherapy basically is it is like a poison, and it kills off good and bad cells.
Yeah.
So what happens is it's trying to kill off the bad cells, but it kills off everything.
Yeah.
And when that happens, basically, it just is pretty much a death sentence most of the time if you ain't got a real strong body. Either way.
You know why though? Because people don't usually die from cancer. They die from the side effects of chemo and radiation from killing off the other organs.
Exactly. So, well, that's all that we got to say today. We're going to probably do a part 2 to this next time I come out here. If Dion, I'm sorry, Dion.
Okay.
We're going to get that going. We're going to set up something, and we're going to get back to y'all. And make sure y'all look out, because my girl on her way. She about to hit y'all like a freight train out of hell.
I'm coming.
She coming. She not about to play with y'all. So I just want y'all to say, so long you, look, I always do this. This is the slogan. If you don't want to end up in a box, think outside of it.
Outside
YBE. So I'm going to say, no, you start it off.
Okay.
I'm going to finish it. Then we're going to say YBE together.
Okay.
All right. So
If you don't want to end up in a box,
think outside of it.
YBE.
Drug dealing and killing is going on in my town. It don't take a killer to kill or a driller to drill. See, just being yourself is the definition of real.